Hi, I'm Dave, the Cubby Dude, and the Doggy Dude, and these are books. The complete title of this book is The Lost Dogs, Michael Vick's Dogs and Their Tale of Rescue and Redemption. The author is Jim Gorant. It was published in 2010. Author Jim Gorant is a senior editor at Sports Illustrated. Included on the back cover testimonials are Temple Grandin, who says The Lost Dogs should be read by dog lovers, and Tom Verducci, who mentions how these amazing dogs help bring out the best in the human spirit. On the inside front jacket cover, we learn that 47 of the 51 Vick dogs originally taken into custody were saved, and some became cherished pets, therapy dogs, and adored members of their community. At the start of author Jim Gorant's introduction to the book, he mentions that when his original article appeared on the cover of the December 29, 2008 issue of Sports Illustrated, many readers who complained about the topic asked, "What does this have to do with sports?" His response to that question is that this is, quote, "a well-told story which attempts to put sports into a larger perspective, to offer a deeper and broader view of how the people and events in question reflect and contribute to the larger social and moral makeup of our society," unquote. I submit Mr. Gorant's statement as my explanation to any readers who would now ask me that same question. Also in the introduction, the author observes that, quote, "dogs have that ability to sense what we're feeling and commiserate. There's a reason they're called man's best friend," unquote. When I first picked up this book, I knew very little about Michael Vick, about pit bulls, and about dog fighting. Now I know a little bit about those three subjects. There are 8 pages of black and white photos included in the book, photos of dogs and of people and of the Vick property, which were very helpful in connecting faces and places with names. I must say that in Chapter 13, the author does a very good job of accurately describing doggy life at any typical shelter. In reading this book, I've been reminded over and over of lessons I've learned with my dog. One secret about some of the successful rescue agencies described in this book: any dogs with aggressive tendencies are put down. What remains are well-tempered doggies, regardless of breed. Here are some of my favorite quotes from the book. Quote, "These owners have probably done little to prepare the dog for the match, other than mistreating it to make it aggressive and maybe feeding it some drugs." Quote, "For someone who spent his life lying, or as they call it in law enforcement, working undercover." Quote, "If you're going to do something, do it all the way or don't do it at all." Quote, "No cases, no problems. Big cases, big problems." Quote, "The first to surrender gets the best deal." Quote, "He seemed to feel that a lot of these experts were more interested in getting their names in front of the public to spur donations than they were in the welfare of the dogs." Quote, "As part of the plan, Bad Rap took only the best dogs, ambassador dogs, which they chose after a rigorous evaluation." Quote, "Tim and Donna had brought their typical approach, saving the best and putting down those that were suffering or unable to present the breed in a positive light." Quote, "The truth in the end is that each dog, like each person, is an individual." Quote, "In truth, the pit bull is simply a dog imbued with all the positive and negative attributes of its kind. Just like any dog, pit bulls could be sweet, friendly, and loving, and they could also be unruly, ill-tempered, and prone to doing incredibly stupid things by human standards." Quote, "The dog simply fell into the hands of many more people who had no interest in control." Quote, "One of the surprising things about the Vick dogs has been how few of them are pure American Pit Bull Terriers. A number were Staffordshire Bull Terriers, and screenings have found some to include genetic imprints of everything from Italian Greyhounds to Whippets." Quote, "In 2009, the Humane Society of the United States changed its official policy regarding dogs rescued from fight rings. Rather than euthanasia, the group now supports individual evaluations of each dog and the effort to save those deemed worthy. Quote, as hoped, the Vick investigation had not only shed light on the disturbing game of dogfighting, it had inspired action and begun to change the public view of pit bulls from perpetrators of violence to victims of it. I enjoyed reading The Lost Dogs very much, and I recommend it very highly to everyone, not just dog lovers, but dog haters and everyone in between. I would like my godson, who's gotten into doggies and fostering doggies and rescuing doggies, to read this book. The title, once again, The Lost Dogs, Michael Vick's Dogs and Their Tale of Rescue and Redemption. The author is Jim Garant. It was published in 2010. I enjoyed it. I recommend it. I'm Dave, the Cubby Dude, and the Doggy Dude. These are books.